Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 20th to the 30th, 2021 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, November 20th to the 30th, 2021 Virgo, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Oh goodness. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Tower, and we have ourselves coming through. So this is a time that really throws us out of our comfort zone. Virgo, we're represented by the Hermit in the major arcana. We're represented by the Pentacles in the minor arcana. So we're being thrown out of our comfort zone. We have the Five of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, we're facing chaos, but we're also have prosperity come forward. There's the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. So if we have Taurus within our natal chart, that's coming through very powerfully at our heart. But also if we have Taurians within our lives, they come through very powerfully emotionally. Then we have the Three of Wands, and we have the Six of Cups. Interesting. We have the Magician, and we have the Two of Wands. Yeah, we are starting a whole new world. And this is something that we've been waiting for it. We've been waiting for this change. Is it going to be comfortable? No, it's not. Is it going to be overwhelming at times? Yes, it is. Is it going to bring up a lot of internal chaos that we have that makes it hard to see the prosperity of where we stand? Yes, it is. But there's also going to be a power here that really comes forward. So let's look at our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So this one right here, as everything falls, and this is Gemini energy. This is the Lovers. This is lust over love. Okay, so when we're to be mindful of the Lovers is when we don't think things through. Okay, these are going to be people who come with a lot of passion, who come with a lot of tenacity. Yeah, they do have a tenacity to them, but it's not going to be in alignment with what we're going after. So we have to be mindful of that. There's also going to be a sense here of lust overpowering what we love. And we have to be able to call it out and be like, okay, I just kind of want this dopamine high. I want this connection. I want this fun. I want this excitement. I want this adventure, instead of having something more stable and more secure and more lasting to come forward. So do be mindful of that. We can really be caught up in things during this time, which can make work seem absolutely irrelevant. You know, work, money, everything like that. We'll be like, yeah, I'll get it later, because we just want to follow this high. So just be aware. It doesn't have to be another person. It's going to be something that becomes like all consuming. All right, so let's look at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the Mother Earth. This is the Earth Star Chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. And this is a sense of the Earth really empowering us, connecting with us. This is a sense of us connecting with the Earth, but also with our power of kindness and nurturing, but also our power of ferocity and intensity. So at our root, we have the Tower. This is change. We are being pushed out of our comfort zone. We are having our world shaken. We are looking at things in a very different way, in a very intense way. And this is going to be a time where we're also not necessarily coming out of. No, for a lot of us, there's like, we're on this cusp, we're on this balancing. It's like being on one of those balancing boards when you're at camp, right? Or when you're out in this outdoor exploring thing where you have to stand just right to get everything to be stabilized. So here, that's going to be what it is. It's like we're on the brink of something, but we need to stabilize ourselves first, or else we're going to tip one way or the other. And the one way are to both extremes. Either we're not going to move forward, or we're going to move forward in such a like fierce way that we're going to miss something really big, really beautiful. So just be mindful of that. There is an intensity here that we need to look at. We're also at the precipice of change. And so what is happening here are a lot of things are going to come up that we think, oh wow, that's so negative, that's so hurtful, that's so much. I can't face that right now. I don't want to. And what Spirit is saying here is that there's power in the beauty that is being brought forward. And what we're going to see first is the negativity, and we're not going to see the real intense beauty that comes with it. And so we could have been through 10 years of trauma, 10 years of being overwhelmed, just this sense of not knowing where I need to be and why I need to be there. And there's going to be this sense of a purging that energy. So just be aware of that. It doesn't have to necessarily be 10 years, but it can be 10, 15 years of just the same dramas coming up, of it always being a battle. And this is going to be a time where we're breaking down a wall. We really are. We're breaking down a wall, and we're starting to see the beauty coming forward. We're starting to connect with ourselves. We're starting to see ourselves in a very new way, in a very powerful way. And this becomes a game changer. It leads us to the 9 of Pentacles. We're being told inwardly to look at where we stand and celebrate who we are, because we're going to have a tendency to always be pushing forward during this time, never really being satisfied. We're actually going to kind of like the chaos because it's something that's familiar, and it's something that makes us think, okay, I have a task that I need to be completely absorbed in now. That's also the thing with the Lovers. Like, this is something that I need to be completely absorbed in now. It could be anger. It could be, people trying to smooth out the relationships of other people. It could be a myriad of things, but what we have to understand, it's going to be related to work, but what we have to understand is that if we want to be fully prosperous, we need to stand in our own power and let them be chaotic, but let us be centered and motivated and driven. Right? There's something here with the 5 of Wands. They're going to want to pull us in. We can have this internal chaos coming forward where we think, oh, I have to fix everything, or we're just going to think, oh no, it couldn't possibly work because I'm not perfect yet. And Spirit's saying, when we look at ourselves, we're never going to see perfect. It doesn't matter if we are the most perfect being on this earth. We're never going to see perfect. But what we need to see is we need to see a love and acceptance and respect for ourselves. And that's where perfection comes in. So we're going to try and make everything without any ripples, just like calm and smooth. It's not going to be that way. And as we're moving forward, we're embracing this power of self. We also have the repeat of the number 5. It's a freedom number. We're embracing our freedom. We're embracing our sense of moving forward in a direction that we need to. We're also going to see conflicts resolved more quickly. So that's going to be good. They're going to resolve themselves, or just going to give it time, and it's all going to work out. So here with the Hierophant is arguably the most powerful card or representation of the earthly power on this plane. So what we have is, in medieval times, the Hierophant was the Pope, and Taliesin, because these cards represent Celtic mythology, was the most powerful bard, most well-known bard in all of the Celtic world. And so what we're having here is we're having power, we're having authority really move forward. But what we're also going to see is that from nothing we start to rise, because Taliesin started off as a lowly servant boy, and then his whole life changed through magic, through this accidental intervention. And what we're going to see here is that our whole life starts to change through the power that we're embracing within ourselves, through the sense that we're starting to unlock doors as we see ourselves more openly and more honestly, the way that we're calming chaos within us, especially around career. There can be a lot of anxiety, but we're saying, I stand in my power. I stand in what I need, in what I want, and in who I am. Because in the medieval world, the Pope was the most powerful person. He told kings and queens, emperors and empresses what to do, and they listened. Well, in the most part. And so here, we're embracing that power. We're embracing that authority. But it's the power for ourselves. It's saying, if I turn away from these traditions, I turn away from who I am. And it leads us to being able to open up the door, to being able to see a new world moving forward, to being able to see new horizons coming into our lives, guiding us, shaping us, leading us to so much more. But what's going to happen is we have the Six of Cups. Memories start taking over. Those doubtful, hateful words from the past start knocking us down, start ripping us apart. And this could also be really good memories, but it brings a nostalgia that can never be recreated, and that also makes us sad. So here we have to be very mindful of the past coming in and taking over, of the sense of you can't possibly be what you need to be because of XYZ, because of a parent saying this, or a guardian saying this, or a teacher saying this, or because we failed once when we were 5 years old, or when we were 10 years old and we didn't make it to the college that we needed to be in, or the school that our parents wanted us to be in, or we didn't get picked on this team, and it just became devastating. And these are the things that are going to be coming up that we're warring against in ourselves, and that are actually keeping us from moving forward in our career, moving forward to the place that we really want to be. But there's magic to us, and that's going to be a really hard thing for us to accept, which is kind of sad, but also very human, that there's a certain magic to us. There's a certain insight that we have, a certain vision that we have to things that other people do not. And so here, we have to let that magic shine. If we don't let our magic shine, we're going to feel as if, the lights were dim during this time, as if, there's just a glaze of gray over everything. And so here, we're embracing this beautiful tenacity. We're also standing before the altar of our existence, claiming what we need and what we desire and who we are and what we want from our lives, claiming our elemental power, claiming the reason why we were put on this earth. And it leads us to the Two of Wands. It leads us to a unity of ourselves. It leads us to a opening of horizons. It leads us to looking at the world and holding the world in our hands, because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, that's what we're doing. We're holding the world in our hands, and we're seeing it not as this vastly overpowering, terrifying thing. We're seeing it as this thing that we're starting to realize our space and our place, starting to realize our desire and our way forward and what it is that we want from our lives. And as we're embracing the Two of Wands, as we're embracing moving forward to who we are, this becomes a game changer. And this becomes a powerful, powerful way for us to say, I see me, and I see what I need, and I see what I want, and I see what I'm going after here. And I'm worth it. I'm worth fighting for. I'm worth connecting with. I'm worth, the risk. And we start to put that faith in ourselves. We start to let ourselves really shine. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Prince of Swords. It's just a sense of, I need things to change and I'm just going to go for it. We're just going to be very attracted to people who have this brashness to them, have this devil-may-care mentality, just go for it. But they're not thinking things through, and we have to be mindful of that. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is divine wisdom. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. Wisdom is guiding us. Wisdom is moving with us. We're going to start seeing things in a way that we hadn't seen things before, because divinity is bringing us this wisdom. It moves us to our subconscious rooted energy, which is the Hangman. We're seeing things so differently than we saw them before. And at first we're going to think, I'm wrong. But what Spirit is saying here is that we need to see it differently, out of the chaos and into ourselves, into the wisdom, in breaking down those barriers and those walls. Now we start to see things differently. And let us not doubt ourselves. Let us move forward in our power and in our beauty. Our subconscious inner self is the Two of Pentacles. We need to balance ourselves to be able to balance endless prosperity. Endless prosperity doesn't necessarily mean we're all going to win the lottery, though I do wish that on each and every one of us. What it means is that we're going to find a steadiness and a beauty to us. What it means is there's going to be a stability and a security. But we need both our feet firmly planted on the ground. And as we have both our feet firmly planted, we start to embrace what we desire within life. And we start to see how trying to balance everything and forgetting to balance ourselves just knocks us completely off center and out of the world that we want to create. Our subconscious emotional self is the Four of Cups, a gift that's coming in that isn't being seen. It might not even feel like a gift, but what it is going to be is it's going to be a beautiful connection. It might come in as more work that we have to do, more responsibilities put on our shoulders. But it's all of a sudden, we're awakening to the power and the beauty that's coming around us and that's guiding us forward. It brings us to our subconscious public arena self. And that's the Seven of Wands. This is saying, don't fight. Don't fight everything. We're going to have this tendency to say, I'm going to fight for exactly what I want, and nothing and no one is going to get in my way. And what Spirit is saying here is that we'll use up all our energy fighting fools, because there's so many of them in the world. And we will not use that energy to propel ourselves to the place that we need to be, to the place that we want to be. So be mindful who we fight. This isn't saying roll over and play dead, but be mindful who we give our energy to, especially in work drama. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the intensity and the power of this time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.